Hey guys, it's HK Boba, and the path to getting good at Rocket League involves countless hours of free play and training packs. And while I'm no stranger to grinding practice in games, when I discovered workshop maps, it was like a breath of fresh air and a very welcome addition to my training routine. So today, here are my personal top 5 workshop maps for improvement. Unfortunately, this is only available for PC players and more notably Steam players. To access these, you simply have to go to the community tab and go to workshop for Rocket League, and here just subscribe to any map you're interested in, and it'll show up in your workshop maps list in game. There is a way you can access workshop maps on Epic, which Plunato shows in this video here, which I'll link in the description below. My apologies to all the console players out there, but I hope you still find this list interesting. Also, it would mean so much if you guys would destroy that subscribe button for me, since only about 2% of you watching are actually subscribed, and hitting that like button is always incredibly appreciated. Alright, let's get started. Starting with number 5 on my list is Aim Trainer by Coco. The ball simply drops in the middle as you have to shoot it towards the green box. It is a great alternative for practicing shot accuracy, and one of the best things about it is that the box isn't always on the ground. On normal difficulty, you'll get targets in the air, which is a great way to start practicing your upfield passing accuracy. My only complaint about this would be the lack of ability to try the same shot over and over, because when doing a training pack, I like to make sure I can hit the same spot in the net consistently before either hitting another spot on net or moving on to the next shot in the pack. But all in all, I found this workshop map to be a really fun alternative to practicing your accuracy, and calling it an aim trainer just reminds me of Kovacs, which I'm always a sucker for. Number 4 on my list is Speed Jump Rings 1 by DMC. Out of all the Rings maps out there, this is one of my favorites due to how unique it is with your boost management. When you start it up, it tells you to turn off unlimited boost in free play, and what happens now is you can pick the boost amount you'd like each ring to grant you, starting from hardest difficulty to easiest. On the hardest difficulty, every ring you go through grants 40 boost. This workshop map can really test your ability to feather your boost and reduce unnecessary micro adjustments in your aerial car control, especially when you get to the big ring where you have to fly in a circle. You really get an understanding of how to best use your boost to counteract gravity. This workshop map has taught me so much about how much boost you actually need to be using when performing certain maneuvers, and I would highly recommend it to anyone who wants to improve the efficiency of their boost management when performing aerials. The next map probably needs no introduction, and that is Lethamyr Rings. Lethamyr Rings has some of the most dynamic set of twists and turns you'll run into, and it is a blast to run through. The only downside is its length, and I don't like starting these maps without the intent to finish, but that can take anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes. But if you have the time, it is a fantastic workshop map. I've especially found a lot of improvement in knocking out those blackout moments, especially when I do a run of Lethamyr Rings without using any sort of air roll. That'll force you to be comfortable with all sorts of different orientations you're going to find your car in as you make it through this pack. An honorable mention I have for number 3 is Rings 3 by DMC. It's a lot shorter and should only take you roughly 5 to 10 minutes to finish, so if you are looking for something shorter for a sort of warm-up instead of like doing a full practice, then I would highly recommend this one as an alternative. Number 2 is Parkour map. When you first hop in, there's a sort of weird bunch of levels on the wall, and honestly, I haven't tried most of these. I'm simply here for 1.11 and 1.12. This map isn't the most fun thing to go through, but it is one of the best tools I found to help me get rid of those blackout moments we've talked about. This training routine I'm about to show you is laid out in detail in Kevpert's Elite Car Control tutorial, so go check that video out if you're interested, but here's a short modified version that I use as warm-up every day. Start by going into 111, and we're going to focus on the first row of the slalom map. I start by going through it one way normally, then again but backwards. Then I go through with my car facing right, and again facing left. After I get the basic orientations out, I start practicing my aerial car control by going through with a cuxer twist left every pillar, and then again, but with cuxer twists right every pillar. You'll notice that a cuxer twist left sends your car to the left, but if you're facing backwards, then a cuxer twist left will send you to the right, allowing you to just use the same cuxer twist direction to get through the entire slalom. You can also do 2 laps of these using inverse cuxers, so when you press up and arrow left, that's going to make you go to the right, and if you're backwards, up and arrow left will make you go to the left. allowing you to just use the inverse cuxer all the way through as well. Whenever you're doing any of these drills, if you find yourself dipping up and down a bunch, then your boost management while flying could use some work. Once I'm done with that routine, I like to go into this gravitational failure map at 112. In this map, as you can see, gravity is flipped, and I'll do this 4 ways. And same with before, we're going to target each side separately as well. This one really helped me with practicing some of the weirder or rare blackout moments that you might find yourself in, especially when you're in a recovery situation. And the first couple times you do it, it's going to feel super weird or extremely difficult. But that's good. I promise you that that's a good thing, because if you feel that way, it just means you're exposing more blackout moments that you haven't practiced yet. And finally, we made it to my favorite workshop map. This is Dribble Obstacle 2. I first saw this map when I started playing the game and I watched a video of Squishy going through it. It was awe-inspiring how much control he had, and then I remember trying it. It took me like an hour to make it past level 5. But this map served as a benchmark for me to mark my dribbling progress. It wasn't until around Champ 2 and 2s where I started being able to finish it, and that run took me like 40 minutes. This map has always been a huge goal of mine, so finishing it for the first time felt amazing. There's nothing really like it in terms of how much it stresses your ability to control your dribble speed, especially when going up and downhill. There are certain levels, such as 16 for example, which provide a great way to practice catching the ball from an awkward position. This can be super useful in game when bringing the ball down from the wall for example, and you want to convert directly into a dribble. Other levels I found super useful are the ones with either a hurdle or a gap. These obstacles force you to maintain a controllable speed even when jumping with the ball. And that is a very important skill to have when learning advanced maneuvers like the dribble to air dribble for example. One honorable mention for a dribble obstacle course is Lethamyr's dribble map. I can't really comment on it because I haven't really worked it into my consistent practice routine yet. I heard you probably should stay with Dribble Obstacle 2 until you're able to get a consistent sub 15 minutes run, but I've only gotten sub 15 a handful of times. So I have a bit more to go before my consistency gets there for me to make the switch over. And that's it. There are so many workshop maps out there, so I hope you found this list helpful. Thanks again for tuning in, and I will catch you next time.